Taylor Swift fan throws diamond ring into crowd at Eras tour, sparks controversy. A Taylor Swift fan has recently gone viral for a dramatic and emotional gesture during one of the pop star's Eras tour concerts in Hamburg, Germany. The fan, identified on TikTok as Alana, shared footage of herself tossing a diamond ring into the crowd while tearfully singing along to Swift's breakup ballad My Tears Ricochet. In the black and white TikTok video, Alana can be seen removing the ring from her left ring finger and throwing it into the audience while singing the poignant lyric, "I didn't have it in myself to go with Grace." The video, captioned "Chapter finally closed and overlaid with You finally moved on," has garnered mixed reactions from Swift's fans, also known as Swifties. The incident took place at the Volkspark Stadion, a football stadium with a capacity of 57,000, where Swift was performing as part of her record-breaking tour. While some fans praised the sentiment behind Alana's gesture, others were quick to point out the potential safety risks of throwing a piece of metal into a densely packed crowd. Like the sentiment of the clip, but a real one, like she could have done anything but this, does this that could hurt someone, commented one user on X, formerly known as Twitter. Another user questioned, now why are we throwing real rings? Several fans expressed concern about the possible injuries that could result from such an act. Imagine just enjoying the concert and then you randomly get hit with a whiffing ring, one Swiftie wrote. Another added that the ring could easily damage someone's skull with its force. Others suggested that Alana might have been better off selling the ring instead of throwing it away. Some Swiftie got a free diamond ring and depending on how big it was, definitely could sell that bad boy and buy more Eras tour tickets, one fan speculated. Despite the controversy, the video also received comments from fans who hoped the ring had been picked up by a lucky audience member. The person a few rows down getting a free pawn shop cash out, one user wrote, while another added, someone either got hurt or got a free ring. In response to the viral clip, many Swifties took to the comment section to discourage others from replicating Alana's actions at future concerts. This is not a trend we want to take off. One passionate fan wrote, with another adding, it's purely for the attention at this point. Some fans criticized the video for being cringy and embarrassing, arguing that such stunts could interfere with other concertgoers' experiences. I mean, why video post this when it makes you look self-absorbed and completely disrespectful of those down section from her, one commenter concluded. This incident is the latest in a series of controversies involving concertgoers throwing objects at performers or towards the stage during major artist concerts. Last year, Taylor Swift herself had to stop mid-performance to gently scold a fan who threw a present at her during an Eras tour show in Buenos Aires. Just because communication means having gentle, healthy boundaries, it really freaks me out when stuff gets thrown on the stage, the anti-hero hitmaker told the crowd. She added, I love that you bought presents and that is so nice, but just, can you please not throw them on the stage? Other artists have also been affected by this disturbing trend. Bebe Rexha recently threatened to sue a concertgoer who allegedly tried to throw an object at her mid-performance earlier this month. This comes 1 year after Rexha got 3 stitches in her face after being struck by a fan's phone during a concert in New York City in June 2023. Harry Styles and rapper Drake have also been recent victims of such incidents. Taylor Swift's Eras tour, which began in March 2023 in the United States, has been a monumental success. The 3-hour show, which pays homage to Swift's musical evolution over the last 18 years, is the highest-grossing concert tour in history with over $1 billion in revenue, according to AP News. The tour will conclude on December 8, 2024, with a final show in Vancouver. Swift's personal life has also been in the spotlight, with fans speculating about her relationship with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. The couple, who have been romantically linked since last summer, sparked engagement rumors after Swift performed a cryptic surprise song at her Eras tour in Gelsenkirchen, Germany earlier this month. Despite the controversies and rumors, Swift continues to captivate audiences worldwide with her powerful performances and chart-topping music. The Eras tour, along with the release of the Eras tour concert film, which grossed $261.7 million at the worldwide box office, solidifies her status as one of the most influential and successful artists of her generation. Third child dies after stabbing at Taylor Swift-themed dance class in Southport, London. A third child has tragically passed away following a mass stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed yoga and dance class in Southport, northwest England. The incident, which has shocked the community and drawn international attention, has now claimed the lives of 3 young girls. The Merseyside police announced that a 9-year-old girl succumbed to her injuries on Tuesday morning. This follows the deaths of 2 other girls, aged 6 and 7, who were pronounced dead on Monday. The American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift expressed her horror and condolences on Instagram, saying she was completely in shock and at a loss for words. "These were just little kids at a dance class," Swift wrote. "I am at a complete loss for how to ever convey my sympathies to these families." The tragedy has not only left the local community in mourning but also sparked unrest. Following a vigil held in memory of the victims, protesters clashed with police near a local mosque. A police van was set on fire, an officer was injured, and riot police responded with dogs and tear gas. Merseyside police reported that protesters threw items at the mosque, an act described as sickening by Assistant Chief Constable Alex Goss, who emphasized that these actions were fueled by speculation and hypothesis about the attack. The suspect, a 17-year-old boy born in Britain, was arrested on Monday on suspicion of murder and attempted murder. Police have confirmed that the attack is not terrorism-related. The boy, who was carrying a knife at the time of his arrest, remains in custody as the investigation continues. Authorities have urged the public to avoid speculating about the incident, particularly on social media, where incorrect information has been circulating. The 3 young victims were identified as Bebe King, 6, Elsie Stankham, 7, and Halistra Silva Aguiar, 9. Their families have expressed their devastation through statements shared by the police. BB's family described their loss as indescribable, while Alice's family remembered her as their princess who loved to smile and dance. Elsie's head teacher, Jennifer Sefton, called her a loving and bright member of our wonderful community. 8 other children were injured during the attack, with 5 of them in critical condition. 2 adults, who were reportedly trying to protect the children, are also critically injured. Chief Constable Serena Kennedy of Merseyside Police stated that the attacker entered the dance school armed with a knife and began attacking those inside. The local community in Southport has been deeply affected by the incident. Witnesses described scenes of chaos, with children bleeding in the streets and their mothers screaming for help. In a show of respect for the affected families, many local shops and pubs closed their doors on Tuesday. Hundreds of people gathered in central Southport for a vigil to honor the young victims. Mourners held pink balloons and placed flowers, observing a minute's silence. The mayor of Sefton, June Burns, addressed the crowd, calling it a dreadful, horrendous time and urging the community to show kindness and respect. "Let's just let the families grieve in the way that they wish to grieve," she said. "I ask for common respect at this time." As the investigation continues, the community remains in shock and mourning, grappling with the senseless violence that has claimed the lives of 3 innocent children. Taylor Swift in shock after Southport dance class stabbing leaves 3 children dead and several injured. London, Taylor Swift has expressed her shock and sorrow after a mass stabbing at a Swift-themed children's dance class in Southport, England, left 3 young girls dead and several others critically injured. The tragic event has shaken the local community and Swift's global fan base. The victims, identified as Elsie Stankham, 7, Alistra Silva Aguiar, 9, and Bebe King, 6, were all participants in the dance class. 8 other children were injured, 5 of whom remain in critical condition. 2 adults, who were injured while reportedly trying to protect the children, are also in critical condition, according to Merseyside Police Chief Constable Serena Kennedy. In an Instagram post, Swift described her reaction to the news. "The horror of yesterday's attack in Southport is washing over me continuously and I'm just completely in shock. The loss of life and innocence, and the horrendous trauma inflicted on everyone who was there, the families, and first responders. These were just little kids at a dance class. I am at a complete loss for how to ever convey my sympathies to these families." Swift, currently on the European leg of her Eras tour, will return to the UK in August for 5 more shows in London. In response to the tragedy, Swift's fans initiated the Swifties for Southport campaign to raise funds for the victims and their families through the Alder Hey Children's Charity. The campaign, which initially aimed to raise £13,000, $28,264, quickly surpassed its goal, collecting £100,000, $217,379, in under 24 hours. The town of Southport is grappling with the aftermath of the attack, which occurred around 11:50 a.m. local time during a dance and yoga workshop. A 17-year-old male suspect, born in Cardiff and residing in the nearby town of Banks, Lancashire, was arrested on suspicion of murder and attempted murder. Police have provided few details about the suspect and have urged the public to refrain from speculating about the incident. Following a vigil for the victims, unrest erupted near a local mosque, with protesters vandalizing the area and clashing with police. False reports had circulated online that the suspect was an asylum seeker recently arrived in the UK, which fueled the violence. Assistant Chief Constable Alex Goss condemned the actions, stating, "There has been much speculation and hypothesis around the status of a 17-year-old male who is currently in police custody, and some individuals are using this to bring violence and disorder to our streets." Emergency vehicles were set on fire, heavy items were thrown at officers, and his store was looted during the clashes. Several officers were injured, including one who suffered a broken nose. Constable Goss acknowledged the challenges faced by law enforcement. "Yesterday, our officers and other members of the emergency services were faced with one of the most difficult situations they will ever face. Tonight, they find themselves being attacked as they endeavor to prevent disorder." UK Home Secretary Yvette Cooper called for common respect, emphasizing that the scenes of thuggery were not representative of the Southport community. "I think everyone should be showing some respect for the community that is grieving and also for the police who are pursuing an urgent criminal investigation now, and who showed such heroism and bravery yesterday in the face of these horrific attacks," Cooper said. "We need to see some respect for the grieving community and for the police in their urgent work." As Southport mourns, the community continues to come together to support the families affected by this senseless violence, while authorities work diligently to uncover the motives behind the attack and ensure justice is served.